You guys, High Desert, I mean, 10 out of 10. It is so incredible, so fresh
Nice.
feeling. This is the first time in a long time that I watched a show and I'm like, this is new. This is fresh. It's different. I absolutely loved it. Denny and Peggy are quite hysterical. Their dynamic is insanity, but they're so chaotic. And however, they also make perfect sense almost. But I wanted to know, what was your favorite scene to shoot together?
Well, I kind of really love watching Denny with the dog.
With Judy, yeah.
I mean, in the car, even though it was very hot that day, we were in the car. You were doing some ad-libbing and you were holding on to Judy. Like, mommy, you were like, mommy's very upset. You were coming up with a lot of really funny things.
I mean, there were so many good scenes that we did. I enjoyed the scene like when we're in the house and and they're doing some soul retrieval, but it involves a little breaking and entering as well, because Denny's a spiritual guy. He's on a spiritual journey, but he gets lost along the way, or not lost, but it takes him in a different direction because he's a manipulator and an opportunist. But what, the writing was really good, and it evolved and it got better as it went along. And I mean, there was a really nice scene there where we really got to, like, it was when Denny gets out of jail and they're sitting in the coffee shop and talking about everything. And I really enjoyed that, and working opposite Patricia. It's great.
He was amazing in that scene. It was like one of those scenes where you're watching someone work and it's like some of the greatest work you've ever seen.
So was she.
I was like, wow, no, you were.
Come on,
And
come on.
I was like, wow, yeah. I mean, I can see why Peggy is a sucker for him every time.
Absolutely incredible. Honestly, one of my favorite Denny moments is the Frank Sinatra signature. I think that was one of the most hysterical. I was cracking up so hard. I was like, this was such a moment. Good. Amen to Denny for that one. I think what's cool about being an actor is that you guys kind of get to step into different people's shoes and get new perspectives on life. What is a lesson or a takeaway you took from your characters, from Penny and Denny?
I think Peggy's a purist as far as, like, she wants to live a life of art. And she loves great style. She loves opera. She loves cool cars. She loves cool clothes. And she's created this life for herself. She's living this, working at Pioneer Town with all these people performing. She's manipulating the hell out of Owen to do a play, to do what she wants. She's kind of got a good hustle going on, but she's got this addiction she's not really honest with herself about. Pain she's running away to avoid. But she's collecting all these kind of broken birds along the way. And I really love Peggy. I just love her.
So do I.
And I love Denny, and I love everyone.
And what did you learn from Denny? What was the lesson or takeaway you took from him?
Well, the takeaway for me with Denny is, well, for one, you can't live your life perfectly, but Denny's doing the best he can, and he's resourceful, and there's always a solution with Denny, right? Okay. He's making one bad decision. Well, they together are making bad decisions.
He's making a bad decision.
Okay. I can take that, but there's a solution, right? And so that's what I took away. I love Denny. I really do. Denny loves Peggy, and I love Denny. And Denny's able to kind of like he's able to see the silver lining in everything. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. I mean, he is doing the best he can, and it was a lot of fun. And I really love Denny. I think I could learn. I mean, I think it is a good thing. This guy is, he perseveres, and these characters are so resourceful. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they're living a dangerous life. They're living a fast life. They're unable. They got their quirks and their foibles, but they're survivors. They're out in the desert, they're survivors.
100%. So Peggy has this iconic line within the series, which I absolutely adore. It's "Welcome to Earth. It's boring, but you don't have to be boring. Be a comet." I absolutely love that line. What is
Great
a
line.
moment in your career or life that you consider your comet moment?
Wow. Well, I do think that is kind of Peggy's, like, what is it? Mission statement for her life, right? It is really how she's chosen to live her life uncompromised. I mean, there's been moments where breakthrough moments in my career where True Romance, really changed the course of my career. And then Boyhood, after I'd been doing TV, Medium, to come out with a movie that ended up, getting nominated for Best Picture, and I ended up winning Best Supporting Actress. So that definitely pivotally changed my career. But this show, coming out of a pandemic, coming out of everything we've been through, has already been such a gift to me. Just the joy to work with these wonderful actors and these writers and Jay, and just to celebrate this life force and to make something together and to laugh so much. This is a beautiful moment too.
I love that. Matt, what's your comet moment?
My comet moment, my God. Well, there've been a lot of them. That's the maybe the best thing about what we do are the surprises. There's a lot of stuff I don't like, but the business, I like acting. This job, this movie, I called it a job movie, and I called it it's a show, but it was not a job. It was fun. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes it's work. Sometimes you get in the script and you gotta go, oh, wow, we're gonna have a lot of work to do here today to try to make this work. But this was fun because of these characters. The background of these characters were so, well defined and developed. I've had a lot of great moments in my career where I can be grateful, writing and directing a movie, going over to some place and they never made movies before. There's an adventure. I think there's an adventurous side to what we do. It's so great. We're able to explore these worlds. And, Patricia, I've seen her in so many different films. We played a lot of different characters. And I feel blessed whenever I'm able to do that, And this was one of those situations where pretty much every day when I was working, I was having fun. We were having fun doing it.
How incredible. I love that we get a small little glimpse into Peggy's childhood. And there's a little Easter egg in there that your amazingly talented daughter, Harlow, actually plays young Peggy. So I wanted to know, what tips did you give her going into this role? Because it was just so accurate. It just hit home. It was so good.
Well, she did come watch me on the set a couple days, and she's known me forever, and she added these little kind of sharpened little things to her teeth, and but she really had it, and she worked with Jay and the writers, and she didn't need my help or even want my help. She's like, I got it.
We love it.
Yeah, she's super talented and sweet and done me proud for sure.
So I'm going to wrap it up, but I just want to know, what do you hope for the future of Peggy and Denny? Are we hoping to see them rekindle this romance? Do we want Peggy to make her own way and get away from Denny? What are we looking for?
So funny, when you ask me that, my mind, I want to respond as Peggy immediately, Peggy, she's always going to be a little hard to get. I mean, he has hurt her. He really genuinely loves her, and she does too. He's her Achilles heel. He's her kryptonite. He weakens her. But she loves him, but she knows she should not be with him.
And Matt, what do you think? What are we hoping for Denny?
Well, I mean, there's two things. There's what does Matt hope for Denny, and what does Denny hope for his situation. And I think, well, because this show, these characters are rich and complicated, and life is not a 3-act structure. It goes on, and there's going to be ups and downs. But I think Denny's like, hey, we're going to ride those out. We're going to make this happen. And I just think he wants Peggy to soar in the way that he's soaring. He's like evolving. She's a phoenix and he's a phoenix. They're both phoenixes. That's what he says. And in the show, right? We're both phoenixes, you know? Did you say that? Phoenixes, or we're both,
Yeah,
something like
you're a
that.
Phoenix.
And so, I mean, I think in this show, in this the arc of Danny in the show, there's a lot of complex stuff. But I mean, really, the one thing that's sure is he wants to win back Peggy. You know, he wants to, and so every moment, it really is that. It's about him wanting to pull her in. But of course, Denny's kind of got his own agenda, and he's kind of gets a little self-involved in his own thing.
And he also problem solves in his own way. And he doesn't let Peggy know. I mean, you know, he's the only person that can out hustle Peggy. She's a hustler, but has a blind spot with him.
Amazing. I love Peggy. I love Denny. I love High Desert. And I cannot wait for everyone to see this and this do incredibly well. You guys are amazing. And thank you so
Yay.
much.
It's so good to hear.
We love this show and we've been done with it for like a year and we're just like, okay, we think it's really funny, but we have weird sense of humors. Are there other people that think that? So happy to hear that.
Incredible. And I can't wait for the world to see it. Thank you so much, guys, for talking to me.